She put so much ginger beer in it, y'all.
No, I topped it.
But she put a lot of liquor in it, and so you don't know. And then it sneak up because I'm used to this bartender. She not about to play in my face. I know what's happening. Ooh. My first and last. First and last. Good. It really did.
It really did. I was waiting. I was waiting. I figured like
we live right now?
Yes, we
Absolutely.
are. It was on
25 just a
No,
second
it was on 12 when I was talking about the tequila.
I ain't see y'all. Look, my bad, y'all.
I watched the count. I was over here looking at my nails and everything. Like, okay.
No, we ain't got to start over.
This
We ain't
is
got to
how we
start
do it,
over.
baby. It's
Listen, we ain't got
raw
no
and live.
name. We don't got no nothing.
No
we
structure.
just listen.
It's
What's
raw,
up, y'all?
It's live. It's what we do.
What's up, y'all? We live. I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Like, we live. Thank y'all for tuning in as usual for the We Ain't Got No Name internet show, man. Live from the CKB studios in Temple Hills, Maryland. As y'all can see, it's just whatever, man. We just be wilding, having a good time, man. And that's kind of what the show is about. That's what our premise is. And as usual, to my left, that make me look good every other week, I have...
Aries fire.
That was, you don't normally give such a spirit.
I know. It's the tequila.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get in these red cups in a minute.
Y'all.
We're going to get into these red cups in a minute. But all jokes aside, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Listen, I want to say that we have got a lot of positive and constructive feedback from our viewers of the show. So we really appreciate that. Keep tuning in. And we keep telling y'all every week when we on, if y'all want to come in and come watch the show live, man, it could be a whole vibe here, a whole experience. There's plenty of seats for y'all, man. As you can see, every now and then we had a libations for y'all, man. So, you know, if you ever want to come in, hit me or Aries up, man, and we can make it a whole thing, man. The gang be on. So we set it out real. CKB, I should say, set out the red carpet for us. State of the art studio, man. So it's definitely a good spot y'all might want to check out. Also, we are continuously looking for sponsors. We need sponsors to come and partner up with us. You know what I'm saying? Help us pay a little bit of these bills, all that good stuff. And so if you have a business or you know people in the community that want to get their product or service out there, let's work together, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do some stuff.
Hit us up.
And then we can form a good little marriage. And well, maybe I should say marriage. Me and marriage ain't.
It's about the third time we came up to
wait a minute.
But nah, man, we can make some magic, man, and scratch each other's back and do some good things for real. And so, what other announcement I want to give? Am I missing anything?
I don't think you missed anything.
Okay, all right, cool.
We from CKB.
So, as usual, we have guests in the building. So we on our best behavior with our guests. Actually, we on our worst behavior.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we're not.
We on our worst behavior.
Sure.
That's right. I feel welcome.
I always like to allow the guests to introduce themselves, so I'm going to start to my left and let the people know who you is.
I'm Tracy, the bartender. One of the best bartenders in the area. Don't get it twisted, because all these be out here talking about they're the good bartender, but they not, okay? I'm going to tell you like that, like it is. I done came out of retirement about 5 or 6 times, but it's worth it. Right now, I've been bartending for currently about 13 years. And I do private parties. You can look me up on Instagram, the bartender. It's the A at the end, not ER. Email me, thebartender@icloud.com. I do baby showers, divorce parties, I do bar mitzvahs. I do everything.
We gonna get into all that. Don't get into too much just yet. We gonna get into all the meat and potatoes of the bartender.
That's it. That's me.
Bartender.
And to my right, we have.
My name is Fallon Martin. I am originally from Richmond, Virginia. I moved to this area about 16 years ago, and I'm trying to build up my social media presence and kind of share my journey with you guys about fitness and some of the health things that I've been through, and possibly help some other women in my age group, and we can get this thing together.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's definitely.
So back to the bartender. Look, as y'all can see, we got some infamous red cups going.
Describe it.
And Miss Tracy came in and made us some. This drink is amazing.
It's really
it
delicious.
tastes really good. You can't even really taste the liquor in there. You know, those are the ones that sneak up on you and have you walking out of here sideways.
Correct.
It's really good. So what are we drinking exactly, Tracy?
Well, like I said before, I've been bartending for a while, but I work at Mix and Mingle. Mix and Mingle is located at 8923 Woodyard Road. And this is one of their specialty drinks because during the day it's a coffee shop and at night it's a lounge. So we get a lot of... let me get an espresso martini, which irritates my soul.
Oh, I love a good espresso martini.
Because it takes so much work. I be trying to get you in and out.
You hate an espresso, friend? That's messed up. All right, go ahead.
I'm not a coffee drinker either. So, but we get a lot of people that like it. So we have another twist on it for the men, which is called the Bourbon Bliss. And it's with bourbon, and it's an espresso martini, basically, but it's with bourbon. Summertime came up, the spring, summertime, we did a little refreshing type of situation where this is what I made. And I get a lot of men asking for this, not even just the women, but men too. So I thought it was a great fit to keep it on the menu as well. It's a little bit of peach puree, mint leaves, lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. I use lemonade and then also a bourbon. I chose Bullet for this time.
Nice. Nice choice.
Whatever choice you want, bro. What is it? What's the other one? I can't think of the name. But there's so many choices that you can actually use for the bourbon. That's really smooth with it. But I like it. And I'm not a bourbon drinker, so that is big.
So how did you get into bartending, right? Like, how did you even start? Like, is it something you always wanted to do? Did you? I know a lot of people, they kind of get into it almost accidentally, right? Like, oh, we need somebody to mix some drinks. Just come back in, just do something. Next thing you know, they're a mixologist or whatever. So tell us a little bit how you got into it.
That's funny.
Getting their friends drunk.
Yeah, I used to. I used to frequent the bars a lot, especially Jasper's. That was one of my favorites back in the day. And a lot of my friends was like, you know, you should be a bartender. You good at talking to people and whatever else, and your drinks are pretty good. Like when I mix drinks playing around.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. But the recession hit in 2008, and I was working at Washington Hospital Center, and I got that letter saying, 2 weeks, you're done. And I had just started renting a house my god sister was going to buy from, but just bought a brand new car, everything. I was like, what in the hell am I going to do with this? So I took my little money, went to a bartender school, professional bartender school in Virginia.
Okay.
And I did like a week, I think it was a week, and got my license, certifications, everything I needed. And I started working at the Holiday Inn in College Park.
Oh, yeah.
They had a bar in
that
there.
Yeah.
Started working there for a while, and then I was like, I want the club money. I really wanted to be in the strip club anyway, making the money. But yeah, I did.
Bartenders make a lot of money in strip clubs, more than other clubs.
Bartending is like stripping with your clothes on. I tell people that every
Really?
day. I ain't lying. It's like stripping with your clothes on. If you're in the right spot. When I started working at Club Elite, I was working at Children's Hospital at Club Elite. I'd be the one at work and be like, we get paid this week? They'd be like, oh, this bitch. She probably got all the money.
You wasn't even clocking the children's check.
You don't even know your pay. You don't even know what day you get paid.
I was wearing Club Elite and martinis out. When I say wearing them out, that was like one of my best places to be in.
But that makes sense because, liquor and strippers
Same
go
thing.
together.
Yeah.
They want to get drunk and look at naked women.
Yeah.
I when I first went into a Hangers Club when I first started off, and I was like, oh, I'm coming in. Because it was on the list, professional bartender school, they give you leads to where to go. So I'm like, oh, okay. I went in there, was like, I'm looking, to apply for the bartender. She mustn't hear me. So I filled out the application. She was like, okay, you filled out the application. And when I gave it back to her, she was like, bartender? Yeah, we'll call you. I said, she must thought I was about to be sliding down the poles, but I was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, just literally, if you're in the right spot, I'm going to tell you like this. I tell anybody, don't knock the hustle, because my father was mad when I first started doing it. But my father's a hustle man. So, literally, one night, I was leaving College Park, the hotel, Holiday Inn, and I said, you up? I called him. I said, you up? He was like, yeah. So, I said, I'm on my way down there. Drove down there at 12 o'clock at night, took my little duffel bag,
Dumped all your cash.
He looked at me and said, that's from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just that night.
He said, Uncle Sam don't know about that. I said, no, Dad. He said, that's my daughter. He started picking it up. I said, put my money down, though. So I picked it up, so I counted. But, yeah, it's good, man.
That's
I
what's up.
love it. But to one of your points, I want to touch on when you said that you during the recession, you lost your job, and then you was like, what am I going to do? And you decided to get, just get a skill in something you're passionate in. I'm telling you, during this time, more than ever, I think that everybody needs to be thinking about having some kind of skill, some kind of hustle that's going to be a different stream of income. And because, baby, we in some times, okay? Like these full times ain't full time, man.
Nope.
Okay, so.
No, that's
I
real.
love
That's
that
real.
story.
That's real deal. Well, I know I have been a supporter and let me get
Yes.
of yours for many years.
sure.
And she definitely does her thing. And like I said, these drinks right here are really, really good. So
Cheers.
if y'all see me starting to slur my words and kind of forget where I am for a minute, blame it on Tracy.
That's every other week, friend.
And these drinks.
That's every other week, friend.
It really is.
If you see him slide to the side, call
Same
Tracy.
old, same old.
If you trying to
Right
slide
on
to the
brand.
side,
Yes.
Right on
call
brand.
Tracy, okay?
Well, Miss Fallon. So I just met Fallon not too long ago because she was stealing all my butane fluid out of my
I am a thief.
Wait,
my
what?
cigar,
You know what?
out my
I am a
cigar
thief.
flame. At a cookout we was at,
Oh,
but but nah, man, she was just real cool and all that. So we became cool, and then when we was looking for guests, and she happened to hit me up. We were talking about some other stuff, and I was like, you know what? Would you like being on camera, being a guest? I know you're doing your fitness thing. And she was, at first she was, then I was like, nah, it'd be cool. She was like, yeah. So, with the fitness thing, well, let's start off, how did you get this passion for like getting in shape and fit? I mean, because we all, there are ebbs and flows, right? I know me, I lose 50 pounds every other year, seem like, and then life happens
Right.
and then, whatever. But to actually have a passion for it and want to help other people, like, where does that come from?
So in 2020, I had a fibroid that was as big as a melon. Are you guys familiar with fibroids?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So I had a fibroid that was as big as a melon. And a lot of the things that contributed to it was my blood pressure issues, the fluctuation of that, a lot of the weight gain. And then, so when I decided to start to lose the weight, of course, it wasn't easy because I had this huge melon in my stomach. So I was walking around looking like I was pregnant. So I had a fibroid embolization, and my doctor told me, he was like, listen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You need to lose weight. He was like, your blood pressure is a huge issue. You got to get that down. And he was like, and also with working out, it'll help the fibroid break apart and get smaller. So I went home, jumped on the scale.
Was that the pivotal moment?
That was the
Was
pivotal.
that it?
It wasn't even the fibroid. It was the jumping on the scale.
My God.
And, it was like a couple of weeks before my birthday, and I was like 235 pounds. Oh.
I'm sorry, excuse me, too. What?
235.
Baby, you're doing your big one. Tell me. Okay.
And the crazy thing is, because of how I'm proportioned, it didn't look like 235.
Right.
But then it felt like 235.
Right.
And so one day I just got up and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym. I started going to Planet Fitness first. then, I lost like maybe 10 to 15 pounds. I was like, all right, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I went back to the doctor and I was like, okay, girl, I done lost like 20 pounds. She was just like, yeah, but your blood pressure is still 155 over 100. So I'm going to need you to go back and lose 20 more.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. So I started working out more and I was like, you know what? I'm really going to get serious. I started cycling. I started going to the gym every morning because I was one of those people who were like, oh, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to fit this in my day. I may walk tomorrow for 30 minutes and then I may not walk for the rest of the week. No. I ended up getting a workout buddy, accountability buddy is what I call it. We'd call each other every morning at 4:30. We'd both be in the gym by 5 o'clock. Now, mind you, we're in two different states.
Oh, okay.
So he's getting up at 4:30. I'm getting up at 4:30. He's calling me. He was like, "Hey, I'm on my way to the gym. I'm on my way to the gym." We're weighing in every day to see how much we're dropping. And with the consistency and like, hey, you're not supposed to eat that. What you eat today? We're checking each other about what type of foods we're supposed to be having. And just like within a month, I dropped down 20 more pounds, and then it started becoming an everyday thing, and I got consistent, and then boom, I went from 235. Now I'm 173.
And how long did that take you?
It took me, the first year I dropped down a good 40 pounds, so about a year and a half.
And this was daily?
Daily.
Okay, so you were going to the gym daily, but also changing diet.
I had to change my diet.
Okay.
I had to processed foods, I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had to do more salads. I had to stop doing salt. I had to even stop doing sugar. And I just started dropping it down. I cut out some of the carbs. I didn't stop eating carbs, but I cut it down a lot.
Right.
I started using healthier choices. I stopped doing a lot of bread because I'm a bread girl. Give me a sandwich, okay?
Pasta.
Or give me a roll or a piece of cornbread or something. And I was like, I got to stop doing this. And then I was losing so much, I didn't even realize I'm putting on clothes. I'm like, man, these clothes are so big. Stuff can't fit me anymore. I went to the store and I tried on the dress, and honey, the thing fit like a glove. I said, oh, baby, I'm back.
Up from there.
I'm back.
I can't imagine, like, you would want to lose that momentum. Like, it's up.
I don't want to lose it. You don't. Because once you start looking good, you start feeling good. Now I've made it to the point where I'm in Gold's Gym. I'm building muscle. Like, now I know exactly how I want my body to look. Gaining 10 pounds, that ain't too bad. Now I can lose it fast. Now I will say this, as a woman who is 44 years old, it is not going to be a 1, 2, 3 process. You do have to stay consistent.
Absolutely.
You do have to
I think
eat
that's
better.
one of the biggest parts,
That's
the
the key.
discipline.
Okay.
The discipline of being consistent.
Right. And then when I went
Yeah.
back to the doctor, my blood pressure is staying elevated without the medication. So I have to stay at this level. It's
Good
not
for
just
you.
about me looking good. It's
Love
about me
that.
feeling good on the inside. So like we have to. I don't mind getting on live with people. I get on TikTok every morning and I go live, and it's just people looking at me work out. At any time, I'm Fallon the Great on TikTok. I'm also Fallon the Great on Twitch. If y'all want to join in, if you want to just join on the live, we can work out together, whatever it takes to get us as Black women together. Because honestly, we have issues with our health, especially heart failure. Like
Yes.
that's one of our
Yes.
biggest
So
issues.
cardio is huge.
Right.
Yes.
So, like if you're afraid to do it, if you think, man, I'm too old to be doing this, or I'm too tired, or I don't want nobody looking at me, I feel crazy going to the gym with all these types of stuff. Don't worry about that. All of us in there.
Right. We in it together.
I dropped all this weight. I still got a fupa. I'm still going to the beach with my thong bathing suit. Don't matter.
Yeah.
Get on live with me. Work out with me.
love
We
it.
can do some things together. I'll keep you motivated. You need me to call you in the morning, whatever you need. I'm here for you.
Now,
Love
listen, would you describe your workout regimen or routine as like low impact, like meaning for our age group, right? A lot of us got our knees popping. Okay.
When you start
we wake
out-
up with a little back creaking. So
Right.
and when you're this age, working out while working out is important in physical activity. You also do not want to do more harm than good
Right.
by trying to get out there, doing way too much, right?
Right.
And you can injure yourself. So how would you describe your regimen?
The first way that I started out walking.
Okay.
I found a hill, started walking in hilly areas. Now, I know a lot of people don't like going to the gym. Go outside. Just walk. Walk every day. Find hills to walk up and down, because when you walk uphill, that is like the fastest fat burner ever.
Yeah.
You will lose so much weight if you just walk
And it
uphill.
builds mad core.
You don't have to jog. Even if you get on the treadmill, incline, walk at like maybe 2.5 to 3 point speed. Just walk for 30 minutes a day. You start feeling your knees get stronger. Now, once you start building up some stamina, also start lifting little small weights. Start at 5 pounds. Start at light. Don't start getting heavy and then think you're going to be able to do this, because no, you're not.
Yeah.
Start light at a slow pace. Every 2 weeks, go up in weight. Every 2 weeks, increase how much you're walking.
So challenge yourself as you're going along.
Yep, every week, every other week, challenge yourself. The food ain't gonna taste good, but it's not supposed to. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell
I
you
feel
that
attacked. Just a little bit.
your food changes. It's not gonna taste good, but it's not supposed to. You're gonna have to increase your protein. You want your body to look good, you're gonna have to. You want your gut to feel good, you're gonna have to start switching up sodas to kombuchas.
I love a good kombucha.
Yeah. Like, you got to get probiotics. You got to start really putting those things in your stomach that help flush your gut, because at our age, stuff is just sticking. And even with you working out, you can still eat what you want. You got to do it in smaller portions. Like, there's days where I have a carb day. I can go eat a burger.
That sounds
I can eat a
amazing.
slice of pizza. I can eat some candy. Like, that's my day to splurge, because I know I'm getting up in the morning and I'm going to burn
Every
all
last
this
bit of it off.
And that's just the only day that I do that. The rest of the week, I'm eating healthy.
Okay.
Once you get to your desired weight, you don't have to go to the gym as much. Pick 3, maybe 4 or 5 days out the week where you go. Once you get to that level of high agility, then you can
It's about
decrease
maintenance.
Right. Now it's about maintenance. Once you get to that size, you got to maintain it. And it's easier. There could be a day where you're like, I don't feel like going today. You might choose 3 days that you don't go. But you're still going to be okay, because you've been doing this consistently. And you'll start to feel bad for not
Going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go this morning, I feel bad. Because I wanted my arms to be like real nice when I came in here on the camera today. You know what I'm
She
saying?
had to flex her.
Like, I wanted to,
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? I didn't even go to the gym this morning. And I ate a little bit of spaghetti today. So y'all got what y'all got today.
Yeah.
But,
Still look
I do
beautiful.
feel bad for not going. So tomorrow, I'm going to give
You gonna
30
kick it
minutes
up
a
a little
cycle.
more.
And I'm
Yeah.
probably going to lift for an hour. So,
There you go.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That is more than anything very motivating and inspiring for folks. And that's what we need, right? We need everyday folks just kind of inspiring and motivating each other to get up and get active, man. And because it's very critical. Like you said, heart disease, man, it's ravaging our community.
every
And
day
it's
you turn
become-
on Facebook is rest in peace this one, rest
Yes,
in peace
and
that
that
one.
kind of leads to something I wanted to even talk about before we get into our topics is like mortality, right? I went to a funeral today, and of course we're at the age where a lot of our parents and our elders are transitioning, but unfortunately we see a lot of people our age, 40s
Yeah.
and 50s, having heart attacks and strokes and all kind of things, and like you said, every other day you log on social media and it's RIP this person, RIP. Either you know them personally or you know somebody that know them or something, man, and it's rather depressing.
It really is.
To be quite honest with you, it makes you almost not even want to get on
That part.
social media, really, as much as we used to. But when it comes to mortality, like, do you guys think about that? Like, is it something that frightens you? Is it something that makes you make better choices? Like, how do you deal with death in general?
I have a hard time with it. Hard time. So like stuff like that, it does scare me.
Yeah.
And I jump into the low mode, like I gotta get myself together. It's, I don't know. I guess more of a, like COVID taught a lot of us to take better care of ourselves.
Yeah.
I would think that was the biggest thing a lot of us started doing. So death, when you keep hearing about certain deaths and what happened, heart attack, like it's back to back. You like, all right, I gotta get myself together because it's just happening too much and too often, too frequently to younger people.
Right.
So yeah, I can't deal. I have a hard time dealing with it.
Yeah.
I would say I don't ruminate on my mortality, right? Thankfully, that's not something that plagues my mind. But like just the reality of like family history, right? And seeing your going from grandparents to aunts, uncles to then your parents, and it's like, oh, we're now the uncles and the aunts. And so like I have aunts and uncles who were diagnosed with it's diabetes and hypertension in my family, which is very prominent in the Black community, period, right? And this was around the age, like the age I am now, around the age that they were diagnosed with those things. And every year that I go and see my primary care, there is some anxiety there, like despite my, the things that I try to do, like, because all things in moderation. Yes, I drink, but I also am very mindful of like healthy eating and making sure I'm taking herbs and supplements because I'm huge on herbs. And I think I eat a pretty well balanced diet. But every time I go to my primary care office, I promise you there's anxiety there. Like, is this the day that they're like, all right, your numbers you're in the right? So those things kind of do sort of hit me in a sense where I'm like, okay, the win. And then I'm like, well, I don't want to sit back and think about it, but I'd like to think that I am proactive with trying to do the best that I can, given a lot of life, right? That I can to kind of do better than the people before us have. Because let's be clear, like I was raised on pig feet, chitlins, pork chop, all that stuff. Yeah. I don't do that at this age because I know where it leads. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing a little better than that.
Right, better than what you did
so
before.
That's kind of how I balance it, right? But it's not something that I'm just like, oh my God, I'm afraid to die type of thing. But yeah, I want to be healthy. I want to be around for a long time.
Another thing is, because I've been that healthy person, like I think something's wrong, I go to the doctor and they'll be like, yeah, the health is such and such, like blah, blah, blah. But stress,
that's a huge one.
Yeah. Quick.
Oh, that's huge. Oh, yeah.
And that's what that's the thing I'm dealing with, like that stress will
I think
turn everything around.
I have a good girlfriend of mine who is battling and fighting. When I say fighting, I mean fighting pancreatic cancer. Shout out to Joanne Washington. Love you, girl.
Shout out.
And in this journey of watching her go through this, it has made me learn to live in the present.
That's good.
Regardless of what I got going on, live in the present.
Yep.
Because you don't know when your time is coming. But I do feel like in times like this, God is giving us some time with her. God is giving us time to say, hey, listen, I'm showing you what this could be. I'm giving you a moment to have time to spend with her and to love on her, to give her her flowers while she's here. Because, sometimes when you have those sudden deaths, you never get to say goodbye. You never get to spend that time. And when you're watching somebody go through something like this, the only thing they want to do is spend time with you and love on you. And you love on them. So it's teaching me, live in the present, love on the people that you have right here that are loving on you. Don't worry about death. It's going to happen to all of us.
One thing for sure.
Because I can go home and not wake up today, not wake up tomorrow. But live in the present. Enjoy every piece of life that you have. Because it could be taken from you this instantly.
Absolutely.
Or it could stop you, or it can slow you down from doing the things that you want to do just to give you enough time to say goodbye to everybody. So live in the present. I don't even think about death anymore. If it happens, it happens. But while I'm here, I'm going to do what I came here to do.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what's up. I actually think about it from time to time. But I'm weird, so I think about stuff like, I wonder how many people will come to my funeral.
Me too. I do think about that. I do. Who's gonna cry?
I wonder if anybody gonna act a fool. Oh Lord, and all that type of stuff.
I sort of kind of want people to act a fool.
Jump in your casket friend.
No,
just say that. If you want it, say that. I would hire an actress actress.
You gonna jump in there?
I said hire an actress. I'm gonna do
I
you
want
a
somebody
big
to
one.
have my
Look
cell
real.
phone and send a message. God dang, it's hot in here. Can y'all turn the fan on? Why ain't no lights in here? Send that last message out for me.
Man, like, yeah, it's on the serious side. I definitely think about it just in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, I got kids, right? You know, I got 2 kids that I want to see them eventually have kids and have grandkids and get married and where they're going to be in life and who they're ultimately going to become and all that good stuff, along with my friends and their families and my families as well. So, you know, I think about it in that regard and just doing, you know, what I can to make sure I'm around for that. But that is why, you know, if any of you guys follow me on Facebook, that's why I'm always talking about brothers going to the doctors, right? Going to the doctors, getting checked out, going to see somebody, even going to the dentist and even going to therapy and getting your head checked out, getting that mental health together, because it's all important and it all ties together.
Holistic.
And you know, men, man, I say all the time, man, a lot of guys, man, we take care of our cars better than we do ourselves. Let you get a brand new car and a little twing, a little tick happen. You taking it right to the dealer, you taking it right to the mechanic, you getting it fixed, you getting it looked at. But we don't do that about our bodies. And I have to imagine that a lot of people who ultimately transition, maybe there were signs, right?
Oh, yes.
Maybe there were something going on,
Oftentimes,
constant headaches or constant this, constant that, or they just weren't going to the doctor at all. They just weren't, they walking around with high blood pressure and things of that, high cholesterol, and they don't even know it and don't know how dangerous that can be. So, like you said, Fallon, while I'm here, I've come to say that, live for the day, but while I'm here, just try to encourage people to be more serious about their health and going to see somebody. Go get your butt checked out, man. Go get listen, y'all, we go to work every day and you pay all this money for insurance.
Hold up. What did that say? Pause.
Me. When I was waiting on him to say it, I was like, well, maybe he...
What'd I say?
Because you said your butt, and I was like...
But technically, they do have to get their butt
you ain't said
checked
get your butt up. You was like, go get your butt checked, and I was like...
Oh, I did say get your butt.
He said butt.
Technically, that is a prostate exam. However,
But don't feel bad, because women got to get their butts checked too.
You need to go get your butt checked. Go get your prostate checked.
Yes.
Goddamn.
And don't feel bad. Ladies have to get our butts checked too.
And that colonoscopy.
it's
all
a different type of exam.
It's a different type of exam, though.
Shoot.
And there's less stigma behind that than it is the other one. But
This would be a good time to
I guess we used to be a pope.
This would be a good time to pivot moving on.
Another thing is you get one free wellness check a year. Utilize
Yes.
it. You pay for this insurance.
Yes.
that's another thing. It blows my mind, right, to know and I'm gonna talk about the men, because a lot of times you like to put topics on women. When it comes to men, specifically black men, baby, it's like y'all treat the doctor like I don't know,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But like so
You gotta break
afraid.
a bone.
But you a federal worker or work for Metro, and I know y'all got them good benefits. I know y'all insurance, y'all pay like $2 premium, but y'all got that PPO, and like you don't even need a referral. So my thing is, you pay for it, you have it,
Use it.
Like,
Or a lot of
please.
DC residents, a lot of DC men. I said this when I first moved here. I used to work at a dental office when I first got here, and I'm like, some of y'all have the worst dental health ever, and you coming in here with Medicaid, and they pay for it, and you won't get your teeth fixed.
She's passionate about the teeth. I hear that.
It's
It's
free.
real. It's a real thing.
But
No,
I
get it.
can't-
25 missing 2, and you smiling up in my face.
I can't tell you how many women, ironically, that I've spoke to. It came up when we had the aunties here about how many grown men don't take care of their teeth, just raggedy. And trust me, brothers, they talk about y'all. So
because I know a fine one right now. Mouth smell like a trash truck. And he fine, but as soon as he talk, Jesus.
And
Lord.
the thing about it is that what you don't know is that bad oral hygiene. Y'all probably talking about somebody. Who y'all talking about?
Nobody. I'm just saying. saying.
No,
'Cause it
these
do be-
these two got an inside joke about. See, I'm trying to tell y'all.
It's no inside joke. We all know a man that look good and mouth is
Oh,
a trash
dear God.
truck.
Oh.
But nah, seriously, so many oral hygiene issues can go to heart disease and things of that nature. So, see, I can't even.
Gathering myself.
I can't. We're gonna move along.
They be having a little buildup in the bottom of their teeth too. Yeah.
Plaque is a killer.
It is. It really is, though.
Plaque is a killer.
Leads to overgrowth of bacteria in your gut, and your gut health
Yes.
is ultimately
Yes.
like
Yep.
the brain of your body. I know everybody thinks that it's up here, but honestly, your gut health will tell your body to do everything, build disease, multiply cells, everything. So yes, you're
But he
correct.
got a Tesla truck.
He spending the money on something. All right, we're gonna talk about the government shutdown because they in here.
Oh dear goodness.
So we in a government shutdown right now, y'all, and it's horrible. It could last for a long time. Hopefully not. But how is the shutdown affecting you guys? Are you guys feeling the direct effects? I know I am. But what do we do about money? All that type of stuff. Like, so, how, what do you guys think?
Are they still hiring at that club?
No bull.
They are.
No bull.
Well, I'm cybersecurity and IT. I'm a contractor for the federal government. And every contract is not paid the same. So some of them are front loaded, some of them are not, some of them are paid monthly. But with the shutdown, if you're not essential, or even if you are going to work and you're not getting paid, because no one's there to process those payments. So as a government contractor whose contractor doesn't have it front loaded, I'm pretty much on temporary layoff until it's time to go back to work. So once I get easy credit report. So once I get my last check, that's it until the government opens back up, and I don't get the back pay.
The back pay.
Because you're a
Damn.
contractor.
Right.
Got it. Well, there's no direct, like I'm not directly impacted by this like federal shutdown, but I was affected back in June actually, when they first had back in February, March, when the feds were first doing like the reduction in all the DHS programs and stuff. Because I was a contractor for a regional health department. And so I worked for one of the DHS programs, and our current administration don't believe that those programs need to exist. There's no need for them. And so they pretty much, the money that was there to fund my position, they pretty much clawed back like, yeah, you don't need it, right? And so my position ended June 30th. And so these last 90 days has been very, very interesting. But I will say that God is good because I am currently in the onboarding process for my new position. So,
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
thank you.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Thank you,
it's been real interesting, and my heart and prayers still go out to those
Absolutely.
impacted and affected by this shutdown, because from what I'm hearing, this one is different from any of the other ones
feels
we've ever
different.
lived,
It
right?
does.
In a way that there's more
does.
intentional harm behind it, right? And that just doesn't sit well, and it's real unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you feel for what they're trying to do. You feel for the people that it's going to affect, and then it's like, but this, with them being closed down, is affecting you too. And you have children, you have homes. This is day 2, so we're not as worried just yet. But what happens when we're at day 10?
Yeah.
Day 12.
Day 35.
Yeah, day
That was the
35,
longest shutdown, right?
right.
Back in 18. or
Right.
19.
And even though some people are going to get that money back, but still the creditors are going to be on your neck until then.
Yeah.
And as government workers and contractors, you have to keep good credit, especially if you're trying to have a security
Your clearance.
So, and now they're talking about running it more, even upon you coming back.
Oh, wow.
But how can you do that when we're literally going to take a hard hit if we're not getting paid?
Yeah.
Because some people, even if you're making six figures, and let me just say this out here to everybody. A lot of people think that government workers are contractors because a lot of us make six figures. You think, oh, they're living this lavish life. Let me tell you something. A lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay? The cost of living here alone is horrible. With the increase of gas, with the increase of food prices, we're barely making it while we are getting paid. So not getting paid, some of us really only have money to last us 60 days.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
I said this
right.
area is becoming the same as California and New York.
New York.
And with
cost of
him
living
letting
is-
so many people go, the job market is now saturated. So it's not easy like it used to be to come
for
to DC and
sure.
find a
Oh,
job.
Job
Yeah.
market's so
Yeah.
trash. It's
And it's
awful.
wild because I used to be so mad and jealous of the government workers. I'd be like, my mother would not let me in the government. Both of my parents retired from the government. And she wanted me to go off to school, which I did, and like whatever else, do my thing. But I used to be like, y'all got it so easy. And now I'm like, almost like, thank God. Or I feel bad. Like, it's rough. But this whole situation has impacted me, like, kind of on the curb, like Donetta, like Aries. It's more of I work for one of the biggest insurance companies in the world. And so that's the fight right now. That's the whole big fight. And
Yeah.
we are
Medical.
getting we are getting hit with these government workers that are actually calling like what's going to
What I'm gonna
happen with my insurance, and I can't do anything about it. I can't do
Sad,
anything about
man.
it.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when it's like elderly people and
Retired
people,
people that's been retired.
retirees and people that have all these
Veterans.
medical
Yeah.
issues and stuff that they rely on that money. It's crazy. Andre on the thread, I think he was asking a question saying, you know, what do you do, I guess, if your company doesn't offer administrative leave for you to make up and they only give you 20 hours max? I don't know, Andre. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you just SOL, honestly, you know. You know, you got to start calling your creditors and just, you know,
Just
telling
let them
I'm,
know, yeah.
I'm a government employee.
That's it.
Y'all get it when I get it type of thing.
That part.
You know what's gonna
And
start
not
happening.
Because
like
they know
stressing
what's
yourself
going on.
out
It's
about
not
it.
like you're
Absolutely.
lying. They
Yeah.
see it.
We're
Yeah.
gonna start tapping into that
Right.
401k, and that's
Yep.
rough.
We was talking about that at
I
work
mean,
the other
I'm
day.
not entirely sure that that's a bad idea because from what I heard, this administration is trying to somehow manipulate people's 401s and somehow take stuff back or, you know, make them not eligible to be able to get, you know, their pay.
But
from
you know,
that.
I have heard that a lot of people don't know this, but you are allowed to take money from your life insurance if you have life insurance. So this may be a good time for people to start calling their life insurance companies to see how much money they can, I guess, borrow or take
If they
from
got
it
it.
since they've been
Yeah.
paying into
Right,
it for
if they
so
have it.
long.
If they have it. Yeah.
Right, like you know, if you've been, because you know, some people have their
Yeah.
stuff in order for a long time. So if you've paid in it for a long time, I know that some of them are able to take the money out. So if it starts to get rough, that's also an option
Yeah.
if you don't want to use your
Yeah.
401k.
Listen, no stone unturned. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, by any means necessary, and closed mouths don't get fed. Call everybody. Like tap into your community resources. If there's tap into any guidance that your agency may have. Like again, I don't work fast, so I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, you have to like just do your due diligence, and anything you can't do and you can't control, try not to stress about it. Your mental health means more than anything, and all this crap gonna work itself out.
Right.
However it works out.
Shay said, 6 figures is the new minimum wage if you live in a damn.
Come
on,
Amen.
Bestie.
And that's real
Amen.
talk.
It's like making $7.50 an hour.
Listen, in this area, baby.
Yeah. My man corrected me. I know who you are. He was like, this face, bro. But what he was saying is that he didn't want me to say his real name like that. He was saying that he was stating what he was trying to say is that he's a business owner. He was saying that he gives his employees 20 hours. He gives them 20 hours, and that makes them stay in situations like this. So, you know, that's kudos to you, man.
Yeah,
and, like, you know,
if you
that's
can
something
do
you
it,
can offer
yeah.
your
Right.
employees. And hopefully, other businesses, whether small or big, pause, will start to do those things as well.
I heard a lot of them did that during COVID too. A lot of people.
I mean, you
did
got
it.
some part-time positions available?
Yes.
Right.
Listen, I'm
Right.
going to
Free
work
right now.
Face, you got some position.
You got some
Right,
positions
right.
available?
But yeah, man, I am a federal government employee, and I am directly affected. I am an essential employee as well. So I am somebody that has to work and not get paid. Fortunately, I don't have to go into work every single day like normal and not get paid, which a lot of people do. They have to go in Monday through Friday
my
and not get a red dime, a red penny from
Insane.
My sister.
So, I mean, that's somewhat of a positive for myself at least. But however, if this thing goes on to last a significant amount of time, I'm gonna have to start making those calls to mortgage companies and utilities and all of that, and say, hey, man, look, I'm a federal employee and I ain't got it.
That's
so, and then not only that, Fallon, like you were saying, just going to the grocery store and getting food and getting the necessities of life, man. And I personally have been saying for years, especially since this administration has came on, even the first time, is that we are slowly and now fastly becoming a society and a country where there is no middle class. It's just haves and have-nots, right?
Yep.
And that's a very, very scary thing, man.
Absolutely.
It's like either you got money like that or you on the street. You know what I'm saying? Or in a shelter, if there is any available. That
And ain't no more camping out on the streets.
Nah, cause that's dead. So
Can't camp
can't
out.
even do that.
They done
So
took that away.
that goes back to your point is cultivating different streams of income, right? And finding ways to get money and get resources for you and your family, and even teaching our kids and our kids about that. What are you good at, right? Are you an artist? Can you paint? Can you sing? Can you do something? Are you good with your hands? Can you fix cars? Are you an electrician? And doing something, right? I don't care if you got a 9 to 5 or not, but if it's something you can do, or if it's a trade that you would be interested in, now would be a good time to dive 2 feet into that. Cause
Absolutely.
And not
that's
only
where
just
we
to
going.
make money, but also to save money. Like I've been watching tutorials and I've been doing my own nails. Because I don't have time to go up in the stores and give you $150 for hands and feet anymore. I can't do it.
$150? That's how much it is.
You remember when it used to be $25
$25 for your feet. That's it.
And you be in and out. No, now it's like
and 35 on a day where you felt real good that you wanted to get all designs on all 10.
Right.
All
And
10,
get your
35.
eyebrows done an extra 8. You out the door.
I went to the nail salon after COVID, and it's the nail salon I've been going to since the 9th grade. I've known Linda since the 9th grade. I walked in there, give me my pedicure, my nails, got design on each nail. Give me the eyebrow. I went out there and she told me some 180. That's it. Linda.
Ma'am.
Right.
Linda.
Crazy.
Like, we're not gonna play this game right
Yes.
now.
Are you gonna take me on we gonna eat out together and
Baby,
everything?
something. Or you got
baby,
meal
this is
for
a
me
date.
to eat while you do these toes.
Right.
Yeah.
I need some champagne.
Something.
I need you to talk to me nice. Stop talking
No,
to
you
me
gotta talk. No, you
language.
gotta talk to me nice at 180.
Right. For
Like,
180,
that's
you need to be talking to
non-negotiable.
me, not your home girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, I need that loyal customer discount. I've been here
Right.
for about 20 years.
So to read more comments, my man Ron Blackwell said, who is actually a financial professional, he said, this is why establishing an emergency fund is vital. He also said Project 2025 is going into full effect, which, yeah. Shay also said, you can pull money from, hold on, I lost it. You can pull money from whole life insurance or universal life insurance, which is what you were talking about, but not term life insurance. Ask what type of insurance policy it is. That's good information, Shay. Ron also said, understanding the financial system, learning how to invest and grow money is vital as well. Faith said, have folks put a call into HR and see if there's an option that they may not know about. That's another good thing, right?
Yeah.
Talking to especially like people who are contractors or what have you, talking to your HR and just seeing what's up, man. You know what I'm saying?
What
Seeing
resources are available to you.
Absolutely.
That's what they're here for.
It's a rough time, guys.
Yeah,
It's a really rough time,
Yeah.
and you know, we ain't got no name as a show. Our prayers and good energy go out to everybody affected by this.
For sure.
All that good stuff. So if you know, that's why it was one of the reasons why I wanted to start the internet show back up, man. Just give people another outlet to just one, get information, laugh. You know, if you do have a business or side hustle, like we're telling people they should start doing, this is a good platform to put it out there. Hence the sponsorship. You see how
No, but seriously, on the seriouser note, seriouser. No.
Okay.
Might be the drink, y'all. I don't know. But I warned y'all before we started. I think we nailing it. I think we're nailing it. Your whole vision for this, right? Like, I feel like ever since we've started this back up, we've had some dope, amazing people on here giving us giving the community.
Dropping jewels. Yep.
Just sharing things that's needed. I feel like we really are like the voice of the culture.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's how I feel. And I said what I said.
And to the point that all of us was making earlier, if we stay consistent with it, like this time next year, you never know where we ain't got no know could be, right? And what we got going on. So, keep pouring into us.
Wait,
man.
but can I read something to you? Because this is it's so funny that you said that, because it segues perfectly, right? So today at 12 a.m., and she's actually commenting as well, Bestie, Shia. I don't know why she was awake at 12 a.m., but that's neither here or there. But she was like, she sent me a clip of a like a Renaissance type ball that was held, and it's like all these Black excellent folks in the building or whatever. So she said, FYI, we ain't got no name, could totally pull off an all Black gala where a portion of the proceeds could be donated to an up and coming African American entrepreneur or nonprofit organization. Shades of Legacy Gala, the Legacy Ball, Black Brilliance Ball, or the Heritage Ball, or my personal favorite, Roots and Renaissance. She was like, and you know who placed that on my heart, because we like whenever we have like a download from God for each other, we'll call and be like, hey, so I heard that you should be da 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 da, and you know who put it on my heart, like God. So she literally just sent that to me at midnight this morning. So it's funny you say that. You don't know where we're gonna be in the year, where we could be. We could be throwing galas and black balls. I don't know.
I got plenty dresses.
Black
I'm about to say, I
balls.
clean up nice. You know what I'm saying? I we can do, but no, man. I appreciate that type of positive energy and just the thought and putting we ain't got that name in those thoughts. So shout out to her, shout out to everybody. For real. All right. So now we're gonna get into something a little bit more lighthearted, right? And we often hear the term equally yoked. Right? We talking about relationships or what have you. Whatever. So when we talk about equally yoked, I want to know from all of you guys, what exactly does that mean to you? And going further into it, does it primarily mean like religion, spiritual beliefs? And if so, do you think a couple could coexist for an extended period of time if they don't believe or worship the same, or if they don't have the same faith? So I'm gonna start with you, Fallon. So what does equally yoked mean to you?
Equally yoked means for me in this particular point in time, when you are choosing your partner at our big grown age, you guys kind of need to be on the same playing field. They need to have the same things as you, their own place, their own vehicle, their own everything. You have your own place, your own vehicle, your own everything. Y'all can come in and build from there. At 44, I don't need anybody with potential. I need you to be potential.
I would use that.
Okay?
Potential.
I need you to have all your ducks in a row, because my ducks are in a row. I'm not going to see you at your mama house. Because you don't have to come see me at my mama house.
Yeah. That's fair. It's fair.
Okay? I'm not picking you up, because you don't have to pick me up. Now, I can if that's what we're doing, because, maybe I want to drive tonight or you want to drive tomorrow. but it's not you not having anything. We both have a table, and for this table to be able to be set, we both need to continue to bring to it. At this particular age, mind you, at this particular age. Now, when you are in your 20s, potential is where you need to be. That is your lane. The person doesn't have to come equally yoked because you're both young. You're both trying to figure out where you're trying to be, what you're trying to get, how you're trying to get there. And eventually, as you get older, you'll learn to grow together and build it and figure it out from there. So that's where potential needs to be. And what was your other question?
The religion and spirituality.
When you
like,
talk
does
about being
that matter?
equally yoked as it relates to spirituality and religion, like, does that matter? What you just said?
Honestly, I really... With certain religions, it probably does. But I'm a firm believer that sometimes I feel that a lot of things... I feel like religion is more so a tool used to control people. You know, we all believe in God, regardless of whatever religion you are. And when you're building a relationship, I don't feel like you should necessarily have to build it off, okay, well, I'm Catholic and you're Baptist, this is not going to work. But if you both believe in God and you have the faith that's needed to carry on, why does what church you go to matter?
Well, because I would imagine for a lot of people, especially when you're talking family, so what we supposed to do on Sunday, go to different churches? Or if I'm a Jehovah's Witness and you're a Christian, I don't believe in Christmas, so what we gonna do around Christmas time?
I have a friend that got married too. And her husband is Christian. They've been married for about 20 years now.
So what do they do during Christmas?
She don't do the Christmas and the holidays and the birthdays. He'll do the birthdays, take him around, their son around
It's
the
a
family.
give and take.
And do their thing.
Because in any relationship, there's going to be things that outside of religion that you may not even agree on or may not be eye to eye on, but you kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You compromise.
Yeah.
So you can compromise, okay, we can go to Catholic church next Sunday, and then this Sunday we go to Baptist church. I don't feel like you should make it such a big deal if you both have the same belief as far as who God is to you, your relationship, and you want to raise your children to love God and things of that nature. Stick to that. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Compromise. Yeah. Church is church.
It's like even when they got married at the Marriott instead of in the church.
Right. You think when God was walking around, he was saying, or when Jesus was walking around, he was saying, oh, well, girl, you can't love him because he is Catholic and he's Muslim.
Well, actually, yeah, it does say that. I'm right, wrong, and different, but yes, the Bible does say, you cannot, basically in so many words, Christianity is the way and the only way. And you should align yourself with that.
But with what religion has done in the world, do you really believe that now?
A lot of people do.
Mm-hmm. But do you believe that now?
Me personally, not as black and white as that, no. Okay. However, I think it's all about individuality, right? Meaning, like, I'm a person that I take, like, holidays and stuff serious, right? So I wouldn't want to be aligned with a woman who didn't want to celebrate Christmas and didn't want to say, hey, we're going to get stuff, we're going to visit family and celebrate, and Thanksgiving come. We're going to do that. That wouldn't work for me, right? But I do understand your point too, is that not making it such a life and death situation, like, oh, you're going to hell because you're not a Christian. Now, I will say emphatically, I do not subscribe to the idea that, like a lot of religions, and specifically Christianity, believes that if you are not a born-again Savior, Christian, or whatever, that you're going to hell. If you're a Muslim, if you're a Catholic, or, whatever, that means that God looks down upon you, and when your time comes, you're not going to make it to heaven or whatever. I don't believe that. So, but I do also understand for a lot of people, the importance of being on the same page as it relates to your faith or whatever, because that belief system permeates in so many other ways of your life, how you raise your kids and, how we discipline our children and, so on and so forth. So in that regard, I think there is some importance to it. What you think?
Well, me personally, I prefer at this age. That's
a common thing tonight at this age,
right?
Because we can only speak from here now.
I think it speaks to our growth and our wisdom, right? Like, because I could talk about my thoughts on equally yoked at 20 years old, and it wouldn't make any sense because, like, my thought process.
I'm gonna let him drive my car to work.
But I prefer the word alignment as opposed to equally yoked, right? And to me, to be in alignment, like it means, so it transcends like spirituality and religion, so to speak. So it means being in alignment with like morals and core values and like family and like purpose. Like, cause at 20, I ain't know I didn't know the importance of purpose and that God created me for a thing. Now I'm chasing that thing. Like, God, what is it that you put in the inside of me? I don't want to leave here without knowing what that thing is. So someone coming into my life for the long term has to align with that purpose, because I can't allow a human being in their flesh to take me away from that. Like, because to me, God first. So whatever he put me here to be, if you don't align with that, then you're not the person he ordained for me, right? But I absolutely think that like differences in spirituality can be divisive. I can only speak for myself. I do not believe that I can date someone that worships anyone outside of Christ. So I like listening to Fallon and her speak about the different, like the denominations, like Catholicism and like Baptist and Word Pentecostal and Seventh-day Adventist, all that, right? To me, I view them as denominations in Christianity, and I ain't go to theology school, so I'm not getting into all of that. And I don't, I just want to know that you believe that Christ died for our sins, like he paid it all, right? And that is who we will worship, and we will do our damnedest and our best to honor in life, and no other deities, right? And so if there's someone who is clearly an atheist and they absolutely do not believe he existed, he paid the cost, he did any of that, I'm not at this age going to try that just to see if we can compromise that. I'm not going to do that. I got more years behind me than I do ahead of me. I'm not doing that. But again, that's just me personally, right? So I think it like you said, it just depends. And like, again, me personally, I do think it would matter, because like Tracy spoke about like the Jehovah's Witness. We talking about like something as simple as holidays. Let's talk about serious stuff like life. Like Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe in blood product as life-saving, right? In Christianity definitely aligns with science. And science, like, says that, like, a blood transfusion can save your life from the smallest of things. I don't want to align with someone who's not willing to live for me, with me, for our kids, because you're saying, nah, I don't want to get a blood transfusion. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just something like that. So it's a no for me. It's a no for me. Trace?
Even though my families come from not a religious type family, but church, it matters. I'm not a real Bible thumper. I'm more of a spiritual person. When it comes to that, I do believe in God. Not to know if you're saying I'm a little devil worshiper, but I'm more of a spiritual person, and I think my equally yoked, the main focus of, because it can be spiritual, I think more so to me, it's more goals. It's more to me, and on top of that, like we're moving in the same direction. That's where I look at equally yoked as.
Okay. Let's see what some of the folks talking about. Ron said being equally yoked means being joined with the same, and moving in the same direction. It can also refer to a relationship between two people that have similar things to offer each other and balance each other out. Faith said, you have to first understand what are your deal breakers. If you have specific things that you will not fold on, unfortunately, that may not be for you. Ron also said, what people have done under the guise of religion is which is something that turns people away. Most folks pick and choose parts of the faith to follow. They will ignore the things that don't fit their individual feelings.
And that's facts.
Right. Yeah, man, I think that, look, it's hard today to find somebody that, one, you like, one, you want to be around with, one, like you said, you have the same stuff in life with, and all of that, and then you get to the point where, what do you believe in, right?
Yeah.
And that be the thing that's differing. And, you know, a lot of people will say, well, all the other boxes checked, so I'm gonna bend a little bit on this. And, you know, to each his own, right? And like I said before, like Ron what he was saying, it's all about what's important to you, right? And I don't think there necessarily is a right or wrong answer to this whole question here of being equally yoked, but I do feel like part of being a whole person, again, that phrase, at this age, is knowing yourself and knowing what it is, what face it, what are your deal breakers, right? What are the most important tangible things in a relationship that you want and that you need from your person, right? And maybe spirituality and religion might not be on top of that list. It might not be, right?
Yep.
You know, and so, and then for other people, it might be. And just like anything else, it's all about finding someone like-minded people, right? And finding your person, right? You know, because, you know, if you in church every day talking in tongues and shouting, and the other person sitting there like, oh my God.
You might as well find somebody that's in church sitting next to you, because I
ain't
can
gonna
promise
work.
you, I'm not going to be there
You
with
ain't
you.
gonna work. How they say, it's like fitting a circle in a square.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
Square in a circle.
Nah,
I might be able to give you a Sunday a month, but
Right. So, you know, like I said, for me, holidays are important, right? Like we've talked about on the show, is that we already don't spend a whole lot of time with our families, right? We already don't. So Christmas and Thanksgiving specifically are the two times where I feel like family make an
effort, like an
to get
intentional
together.
yeah, real
effort.
effort
Yeah.
to get together.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that's why it's important to me, right? And somebody else it might not be important to. Or they might even prefer to not even do anything at all. She ain't the one for me.
Yeah.
Or you might have some of those people who, you know, you do have family, but like the family's not pleasant. And so
She ain't
you
the
may
one for
not even
me.
want to bring anybody around your
And see,
unpleasant family.
that's another thing, is that also goes into being equally yoked, right? Because if I go out here tomorrow and meet a woman and we get to talking, we exchanging numbers, and she say, and I say, hey, tell me about your family, like, and she say, well, I don't really rock with my family. She ain't the one for me.
Yeah. Because you are a
That's your
family-oriented man.
Family is very,
And
very
that
big
has
on me.
to be okay.
Yeah,
That
and it's
has to be
fine.
okay, because that doesn't become a compromise down the line for you.
Right.
That
No.
becomes a shrinking of yourself. That becomes a compromising
Yeah.
of yourself and what you
Absolutely.
know you love and what's important to you, and it's going to build resentment and bitterness towards your
Yes.
mate. It will
Yes.
100% end
That's
like
your
that.
deal breaker. We all got deal
100%.
breakers.
Do
Yeah.
you think sometimes if you meet someone, let's say they don't have a lot of family, and the family that they have may be so spread apart that they're not that close, but let's say you meet this person and you bring them around your family, and you know they kind of fit right in like a puzzle piece, you know?
Well, I think-
because sometimes you meet people who don't have a lot of people.
Well, that
it
would be a
doesn't
little
mean
bit
that they're
different.
not.
Yeah, I think
That
that's
would be a
different.
little bit
If they're
different.
open to it,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
different than like someone who says, "Oh, I ain't close to my family." To me, just screams, you
Y'all
might
got
be
issues.
the problem and you're not family
Yes,
oriented.
yes,
But yes, there are
yes.
plenty of people that, you know, may not have a lot of family
Yep.
or have small families, and they wanted me personally. I wanted one of my like prayers to God was like, I want to marry into a large family because I come from a large
Yes.
family.
Me too.
But specifically, it was always, you know, my prayer was always, God, I want to marry a man who has like a solid father because I didn't have one.
Yeah.
Like I want his dad to become my dad. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
get
like
in there.
yeah, I think that's, you know,
Because see, I was a military brat.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to really be around. Like my mom's from Panama,
you
my
moved
father
around.
is from
Yeah.
That
Louisiana,
move
so
around
it's
is
like,
mean.
you know, I didn't really get to see my family in Panama till like the summers or like when we traveled. And like my father's family, we didn't get to see them a lot because we lived in Germany for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's not that I'm not family oriented. It's just that I don't really know what it is to be in a setting
Yeah, that
where
dynamic isn't there.
the family, we were always
put
getting
the-
Yes.
together for
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
single
put the-
holiday.
You did?
Like there are times
no.
where we
you
did
got
get
to.
together, and then there's times where
I'm
you
listening
know
to
I
you,
may
Fallon.
not see
I'm
them.
sorry.
You know, so it's kind of like it's not that I'm not family oriented, but I'm not necessarily used to always being in a big
Yeah.
setting with a bunch of people. But
I think it
can
would
get
be your
adjusted.
openness. I think
Right.
what Boots is saying in terms of the woman that's right for him or his person, you would have to have that openness to want to do that
Right.
because he's all about the family, right? And you got to be willing to kind of
You
fall
wanna
and
bring
flow
around my,
into that.
bring you around my people. I'll bring it to the cookout. I'll bring it to the cookout. But no. So that's a little bit different, right? You know, if you're an only child, and unfortunately maybe your parents have passed on, or one of them, or in your case with the military thing and moving around a lot, you know, that's a little bit different. But like she said, man, I don't really rock, man. I don't,
Yeah, when they
That's-
negative like that, I try to find out first before I dip
That's
off.
like,
I got a different
But I'm like
perspective
you. I've
on
always
that.
wanted to be with somebody
That's
who had a
irky.
big family because
Yeah.
I'm just like I never really got to be
And
with
that's
my
where I
family
come
like
from.
that.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
you know when
why
you see it on
my
TV.
mom's side of the
yeah.
family is a lot of we mob deep, and so you know that's how I grew up. That's part of who I am. You know what I mean? And that's why people that know me, I have a lot of friends because you know I latch on to people and they latch on to me, and that's just always who I've been. So. I would need someone to at least be open to that and inviting to that, not just like, you know what I hate, man? I hate seeing people say, I don't like people.
Y'all, can I say?
I don't like
I said this 2 weeks ago on our podcast, and he didn't really check me about it. Like then, he said it kind of on the back end of it. Like I don't really like when people say that, but you
I don't
said it
remember that.
differently, Eric. Oh my God,
I don't remember that.
It was the drinks, but anyway, I absolutely said, you know, I don't like people, and I think Vince said it best when he was explaining my stance was just the disappointment in people because. To me, in today's society, I just feel like there are so many disingenuous and unauthentic people, and I'm not even going to say unfortunately, honestly, because I'm not making any apologies for the fact that I'm unable to fit in those spaces.
Right.
I can't do it. I can't do fake. You my girlfriend, right? Like I don't do the little factions of the girlfriend. I don't like it. I don't fit in well, and so you know, it's just like a term like I guess I ain't doing well with people. Like, but I love people when the energy is good. The energy is good. I'm a social butterfly. I love it, but it's.
It's like, no, I'm joking.
Listen, anybody
I'm gonna
that
bring
know
that up
me
every
will
episode.
tell me. Yeah, but I understood what you were saying. Like
No, I do.
your
I understand what you're saying,
hesitation
too.
with people who say that because to me. And maybe your thing is, you know, it's the people who always gotta say it.
And
You know what I'm
that's-
saying?
and that's
Like
what
the
I was
people who
getting ready to
always
say.
gotta be like, yeah, I'm fitting to cut people off. Well, I had to cut. We don't
Man,
care.
Eric, people-
we
I
don't
hate when they be
care.
like, I'm getting
Right?
ready to
Yeah,
deactivate
that.
my Facebook. Girl,
Just
I
do
didn't even
it.
know it was
I know
activated.
it.
Bye.
That's right.
They
So-
wear it on their sleeves like a badge of
Yes.
honor.
You don't never
And
post
it's
that
not.
no way.
That's where it becomes a problem when
Yes.
you lead with that.
Yes, I
right?
understand. Yeah.
And that is problematic with when I'm kind of what I'm explaining, not kind of what you're saying, because I think we all can agree that we are disappointed in folk in
Yeah.
general, right? In that regard, but when people kind of lead with that, I could be talking about, yeah, you know, I'm What you doing this weekend? Yeah, Saturday. You know, my family getting together because we gonna get together, talk about what we doing for. I don't really do family like that, cause first of all, I ain't asked you.
That part. So
That's
about me
number
and my
one.
family.
You asked me what I was
And
doing.
secondly,
Right.
but that I can't express to you how often that happens, and that's the part that kind of turns me off about it, you know. And because, like you alluded to, half the time it's you are the problem.
But
I
you know
got
what?
a different perspective on it though.
Go ahead,
There
Trey.
has been. I'm sorry.
It's only because I put this out there and I put it out on Facebook, and closest friends know this. I put her for adoption at birth. So I have an adopted family and I found my real family. So now when it comes to that, my adopted family, which is my family, we've always spent Thanksgiving together every year. And they're in North Carolina. We all go down North Carolina every year. We try to do a lot of holidays and birthdays and celebrate birthdays together. Found my birth family, and it's huge. Like this, my adopted family is huge, but this is 3 times the other side. Like it's really, really huge. And I was like, oh, this is crazy. Like this is gonna be crazy to get together. They don't do that. And it was after Big Mama passed away, and certain people of the family started passing away. People started splitting apart because it's big. The family just started splitting apart and not doing the reunions and the cookouts that they do every 4th of July that they used to do massive over in Island Pond, over in Bowie. Like they did it every year. Like, they stopped doing all that. So I was confused by it. But when certain people have certain
Trauma.
yeah, and it causes that. So a lot of them don't do family stuff functions no more. I went to go visit my brother for his birthday, and at his party, he was having a boner party. None of us was the other side was there. It was his girlfriend's side. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
But you
So
know
it's
why?
crazy.
You know why a lot of these families are divided now? And we're just going to keep it all the way a buck. Remember that whatever happens in my house stays in my house.
Oh,
in
yeah.
our black rules in the
Oh
family.
yeah.
Well, that hurt a lot of our families.
Yeah.
And you know, when you look at our elders, you may have had an uncle that may have molested your niece or whatever, and they still
Swept
allow
under
him
the
to
rug,
come around
baby.
for the holidays. They swept it under the rug. He's still allowed to Thanksgiving dinner, and you got to sit across
Yep.
from this person who violated you and stuff like
Yep.
this. And you're forced to do this because you're young and your parents are making you be there. And so now that you get older and Big Ma's gone and
You
stuff
like-
like this, you're not a part of that.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when people say I don't do family, you kind of do have to go into it a little bit because a lot of our black families, let's keep it real, are messed
Toe up.
up. There's a lot of secrets that
Toe
were
up.
pushed under the
That's
rug.
a
There's a
great
lot
point,
of
actually.
there's a lot of
That's a
jealousy,
great
and it's
point.
like,
That's a great point.
you know, you do separate yourself from certain family
Yeah.
members because now you don't have to be forced to be a part of this. And I don't think it's that you don't like or love your family. It's just that you may know your family's toxic as hell. And you don't want to be a part of that. Or you may have been violated by somebody that the family still lets come around because Big Ma said, y'all still got to love on him. He's still part of the family. He just got issues. You know, you don't want to be around that. But then
That's a
you
great
may
point.
meet somebody
Very great point.
like you may have a big wonderful family to offer this woman, and she may not know what it feels like to be loved on like that. So you got to kind of question before you kind of shun, because a lot of us got trauma, men and women, that we kept in the house,
That's a
and we
great
still
point.
keeping it
That I
inside.
didn't even think about. That's a
Because
great point.
now the black family dynamic is not the same.
At
There
all.
aren't family reunions.
Yeah.
There aren't big cookouts. And when you ask, it's because something happened in that family that was
Absolutely.
supposed to be kept a secret. And now that everybody who know about the secret is gone, it's F the rest of y'all. I'm
Exactly.
done.
But this came up in our very last podcast when we were talking about, you know, family dynamics, reunion and stuff, and why things dwindle down. That was one of my first points. I said, I think we are now in a time where we are that generation of breaking generational curses.
Right.
In a sense where we're doing the work, we're going to going to therapy, we're setting the boundaries, and so now we're looking up like, well, dang, it was a lot of little toxic, little shady stuff happening in the
Right.
family that nobody was talking about, and then come family reunion, we're 150 deep, like it is all good in the neighborhood, and meanwhile, kids done been molested, people ain't the
Abused.
real fathers, and the fathers of the aunties are the
Or
real
new family
mothers,
members
Father
showing
or
up.
his other family.
the older sister and the younger sister fighting because she probably done
Yes.
slept with her boyfriend a long time ago,
Yeah,
and you done got a baby with
absolutely.
her baby daddy, and she's supposed to be your cousin, and you got all that foolishness
Or
going
the
on.
new family member
So
showing
now
up
it's just
that
like, you
wasn't
know
around all
what?
these years.
Now that the elders are gone who forced me to be a part of this,
Like
and
you
I've been
said.
going to therapy,
Like
my
you said,
my
fuck y'all.
therapist says I
Yeah.
don't need to be around this because
Yes.
it's triggering me. So
Yeah.
now I don't want to.
Well, okay, and you know what? You brought up that's such a poignant and powerful point that I never really incorporated in my thought when I think about this, because that is so very, very true. Because I mean, I know in my own family, probably in the last 5 years, I found out some things that have, you know what I'm saying, floored me, honestly, that I didn't know about. So I definitely understand that. And I guess it goes back to what we were just saying a couple minutes ago. It's about how you present it, right? And therein lies, like Ron said in the comments, why therapy is so important, and because being able to know how to express
Navigate
that
that.
self, right? Express that. I ain't saying you gotta tell me all your business and tell me
Right.
whatever, but instead of just being like, yeah, I don't do family like that because I don't like people, say, well, you know, I've had some difficulties with family
Right.
that's caused a lot of trauma, whatever. And because
That
of
I'm
that,
working
I don't really, and you never know, that could open up a conversation where we can, you know, hell, sad to say it, we had some trauma bond and some likeness and things.
Right. We
You know
might
what
have
I'm
went
saying?
through some of the same
Yeah,
stuff.
so you know, and at the end of the day, man, you know, it's all delivery matters.
Right.
Absolutely, it does, and it just shows your willingness to be open, even though in spite of your
Right.
traumas, right? Because
Yeah.
like you said, we all have the traumas.
Yeah,
Let's be clear. But like you can't be stuck in it, right? Like
Yes.
it happened to
Yes.
you, but it doesn't define who you are.
Yes.
So at 40, if you really plan on cultivating relationships and friendships and being healthy, you still have to know how to navigate what has happened in these family
Right.
dynamics while still being open to people who truly may be
Right.
meant to be placed in your life during a certain time or a lifetime. Who knows? But just getting into some of the comments, it's crazy because we kind
They
of
going on,
we went
too.
from what I know we went from one thing to the next. So
Yeah.
going back to the you know, the whole people not liking people. I liked something that Ron said. He was like, folks that always have new friends, question mark.
That
It ain't
part.
the friends. The
It's
problem is
you.
you, baby. That's
Yes,
the
the
realest
problem
thing
is
ever.
you.
You gonna always be the common denominator. You know what I mean? Every time you turn around,
Yep.
new people in the pics. Your circle is
Who's
new,
that?
new,
Or
new,
you pulling
because
old
it's
people that you was
That's
talking
it.
about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Right.
But,
And now you
y'all,
pulling
but
them
in
back
these
in.
friendships, y'all got to learn, if y'all really want true friendship, you got to be able to give your friend 100% the unadulterated truth, and they got to be able to take it. Because friendship is like a relationship.
Oh, yeah, it's
because
all
you end up
relationship.
loving your friends
Yeah.
to the point where you care about them enough to tell them something to like, hey, listen, you being blind right now, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wake
Yeah.
up. This
Yeah.
ain't the situation
Yeah,
you need
no,
to
it's
be
all,
in.
and it's all to help you, right? For you to grow. Like,
And a lot of people run away from those friendships because they're running away from the truth. So now you're mad because she's pointing out something to you that's
calling you out.
100% the truth, but you're not ready to accept it. Don't run from it.
Absolutely.
If that's really your friend,
Receive
they're
it.
supposed to see something
yeah,
that you can't.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because a
Most
lot
definitely.
of let's be clear, people do love a lot of yes friends, right?
Right. And it ain't
I ain't
hate.
never been that.
Right.
Promise.
It ain't
my
hate.
friend, any of them.
Right, and it's not hate, it's not jealousy. If
Yeah.
I just see like, hey, listen, boo, he beating on you, baby.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
ain't you.
This ain't
This
it.
is not me being
Yeah.
jealous.
Right.
This is me saying like, hey, he's splitting
You
your head
deserve
open.
better.
It's time for you to
Yeah.
go.
Go ahead, Five. Read some
So,
more.
and then when we segued into, you know, sort of the family dynamic and how that changed, she has said, sadly, our Black family has carried so much pain, silence, and hidden struggles, but we are the generation that refuses to continue that cycle. So we won't keep the secrets, ignore the wounds, and accept the toxicity just for the sake of keeping the family together. So it's time to choose healing over pretending. Girl!
See? Told
Come
you.
on.
I told you, people be
so
having
yeah, yeah. But again, still just navigating that while being open. So that's still about therapy, because at the end of the day, when you find these things out about this family history and things like that, that is the trauma. What do you do with trauma? It's time to start working through it. You got to sit down, talk to somebody about it, to learn about all the tools, the acceptance of it. You can't, take back what has happened, and then moving forward to, hey, listen, family ain't blood, baby. Family's who you make it. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? The people who show up for you, but you got to be open to that, right? So yeah, accountability is poison to most people. That's what Elle said, right? And yeah, to your last point, Ron said, true friends help identify your blind spots, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like today, to your point today, like I said, I went to a funeral today, and there was a lot of the brothers, and none of us are related by blood, but they are my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I've known them for the vast majority of my life and everything, and blood could not make us any closer. And so, those friendships we've cultivated over the years, and I think we have, by and large, been very honest with each other and very, transparent and things of that nature. Man, you tripping, man. Or man, go home to your wife, man. Go home, man.
Men are
you about to do something real crazy, bro. Like, you need to go home, man. Or things of that nature, man. And I know for men especially, like last show, we oftentimes talk about women and their friends and lack thereof. But I know for brothers, where we drop the ball a lot of times is, man, it's always, I'm going to mind my business. I ain't getting into that. Whatever. No, man, how am I going to have a brother who's married and his wife, I'm like, sis, and I'm hugging on her or whatever. But at the same time, I know he's dogging her out, and I'm still hugging on her. Nah, bro, that's not cool. Yeah, and it's not, because I'm being fake too.
You done brought your side piece to the last cookout.
Or
now you got your wife
pride
with
yourself on being this amazing present father, and then you got this friend who ain't seeing his kids, don't care for them, provide for them, ain't present, and you ain't saying nothing.
When the last time you seen
right?
When the last time? How your daughter doing? What's up? Like, what's going on? Like,
where are
what's happening?
Where are the kids?
What's happening?
Yeah.
And so, man, that is definitely a place where we as men need to step up a little bit more and telling each other, dog, you fucking up. Like, you don't carry your wife like that. Where your kids at? They need you, man. You got a son, you got a daughter. Like, yeah, man. Am I my brother's keeper?
Ooh, that's good.
That ain't just on some getting money or some, we about to go ride on some dudes. Like, no, are you taking care of your family, man? Are you being righteous to your wife? Are you being a man in your household? Like, are you just being lazy? Are you going through something? Do you need to talk to somebody? Like, all the way across the board. And one thing that is very prevalent in a lot of the comments is community. Right, and it's something that has come in probably every episode we've had. Is community, and that's a part of community, right? Is building each other up, and sometimes building each other up is smacking them side the head, like, man, you wrong, you wrong, man. So for sure.
Yeah, I was on the train the other day, and I saw this young lady. She was cussing and screaming at her son, and it makes me upset, because I also do see some women that I do know. I know that a lot of y'all are single moms and you get frustrated and you're like the only person caring for your child. But I am a firm believer that a reason why some of these boys are messed up and they become messed up men and they hate women is because of how their mothers talk to them and treat them, because they have an issue with their father. Same way with how you talk to your daughters. If you're calling them the B word and all sorts of stuff like that, and you talking to them like that, what you think they're going to think of themselves? What you think they're going to allow people to think of them? So, you also have to be careful when you see women Because yes, hold men accountable for what the stuff they do, but we got to hold women accountable for some of the stuff that we do too.
Yeah.
When you see these women, they got 21-year-old daughters, and you 50, and you out here hanging and drinking and smoking with them and stuff like that. Like, what example are you setting for the rest of her adulthood?
Yeah.
Like, there's things that we need to check each other as women on. When I
Absolutely.
see women cussing their sons out or cussing their daughters out, don't do that around me.
Listen, accountability has to just kind of travel across gender lines. Period. Point blank. Mother to son, father to daughter, man to woman, and specifically in our Black community, gender wars has to stop. We all have to be accountable for our own actions and just figure it out. Period.
So before we transition to the next topic, Toya, what's up, Toya? Toya said realness versus fakeness, recognizing genuine individuals versus the fake ones.
I didn't see that.
Tony O'Ho said, you can usually tell ones who are a little off when they say they don't mess with other women and have mostly male friends.
Oh, I see it now all the way up. Oh, God. Okay. I missed
Do
that
y'all
one.
as women feel like it's hard to keep friendships with other
That was
women?
that was our topic
That was our
last
topic
week.
exactly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know my circle has changed. It's smaller as you get older.
Yeah,
as you
you
get
start
older,
seeing
definitely does.
different people that are meaningful in your life.
Right.
Like I've lost so many people, friendships in the past couple of years, and I ain't lost no sleep. So that means they ain't mean too much to me.
I think men are better at keeping friendships.
Don't
Because
play
I
with
think
me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me.
I think, listen, I've seen men, brothers can fight. Men will fight each other, and the next day they be
Physically.
outside drinking beer, talking, acting like
Because
nothing happened.
They don't argue and fight over the shit that
Right.
females fight.
Women are just too catty. That's why we can't keep friendships.
They don't fight and argue.
You ain't hold my hand on
They be
nothing.
arguing over some football games or some shit like
Right.
that. It's not nothing
We
where
need to
it's
talk about this for a
personal.
long
Like,
time.
it has to be extremely dramatic for
Right.
them to stop
That's it.
being
By
friends.
itself.
Like, I've even
Whole
seen
90
men
minutes.
who may have slept with their homeboy girlfriend and they still friends.
Wait, wait.
But I'm not
now.
saying it's okay. I'm just saying I've seen
Now
men
that's kind of shedding some
make
light
up.
into the falsehood of the friend. Maybe it's a pseudo friendship if
but
you
what
let
I'm
stuff
saying
like
is,
that go
I just
down.
think men keep friendships men keep friendships even in weird situations
Gotcha.
that
Gotcha.
happen in their friendship.
Yeah.
Where us, we can be like, oh, she told me that my boyfriend was ugly. I ain't never talking to her again.
Yeah.
You know, we stop talking to each other for the smallest stuff.
Right.
Men, they'll fight
Yeah.
each other
Yeah.
and be talking.
Well, that
in an hour.
was a thing on a couple shows, and yeah, that's why I'm looking at her crazy. But just to read a couple more comments, Tony Ho said, "People are offended by the truth. Everyone say they want honesty, but most can't handle it." Ron said, "Delivery matters, and understand an underrated skill is knowing how to say the hard things. Truth, if not delivered in love, is just brutality." God, that's a bar.
You think so?
Yes,
She's like, it was all right.
that's a bar.
No, only because I'm not entirely sold.
Truth, if not delivered in love, is just brutality.
Well, no, because you can deliver the truth with love. You don't have to. When people say
I
I'm
think when
brutally
he's-
honest, you don't have to be brutal. You can just be honest and still be without the
Right.
brutality.
But, so what it said was truth, if not delivered in love, is just brutality. So if you say you're friends with if you're in relation with someone, I want to believe that the truth is automatically coming out of love.
Exactly.
But when he said delivery matters, my delivery may not always be coddly, and that doesn't mean it's brutal, but it also has to be stern. Because relation is relation. And so I'm a mother. I'm not my kid's friend all the time. When I say something and I want to be taken seriously, that it's going to always come out of love. They mine. They came from me. But that delivery ain't going to feel like I'm holding your hand and I may be giving you some sense that I'm condoning something. I need this. I need you to be very clear that I'm not okay with this and I need something better.
I think the difference in how you would talk to your kids versus your friend might be a little bit different, right? Because, as a parent, I don't care how old your kids are, you still are an authority figure to them. If we're friends, you're not an authority figure to me.
Sometimes we gotta
you're
be,
not,
though.
But no,
In certain instances,
I don't think so. You do. If we are peers and we are friends, you should never come off to me like you're an authority figure to me. You can get your point across with sincerity and be serious without coming off like I'm your kid. However, I generally speaking, because I think there are exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, I do think that when we're talking about friends and peers and things of that nature, when you're delivering a message to them, even a stern, serious message, you can do so, and I think you should do so from a place of letting them know, listen, I'm serious, this is real deal, but I'm saying this to you because I love you. As opposed to like we're saying, talking to them like they're your child.
No, I think it should always be respectful.
And
what I'm saying is all messages aren't going to come out feeling like a loving sort of, message. Or
I think she's trying to say, like, if me and you are friends and we know we friends, regardless of how this message gets to you, I love you and I'm telling you this.
Because, Fallon, what you ain't going to be able to do is call me 3 times on 3 separate occasions about the same man talking about he done went out here, took your car, had that girl riding down the street. I'ma love you, but it ain't gonna come out loving.
The first time maybe, but now we at time 3.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get you. I get that.
Because my love for you is just that deep. Girl, what you doing? Like, I'm not going. Like, get another friend to do it if that's the case.
Right.
And because that's just me honoring who I am and who I've presented myself to you. Like, I'm the friend that you about to call. What time are we riding? You got your stuff together? I'm coming up in there. Do I need to bring people with me? Is he hostile? Right? Like, because I'm coming to get my friend that I love out of a situation. But now I done reacted in all of this, and then 2 weeks later, you back at homie house and you calling me again. I'm supposed to come and be like, girl, sis, friend, why you?
Come on, girl, just lay on my shoulder. No.
I'm just in that delivery.
I get that. I ain't gonna say but no, I get that. I do.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up with something real lighthearted. And we're going to speed through this or whatever because the time is winding down.
Sure.
All of us here, I think we single. I don't see whatever. Would y'all go on a dating show to find love?
Yep.
Whether it's and Aries had to give me the names because I ain't know the acronyms to all these shows. But Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, and we all know Pop the Balloon. Like any of those type of things or that type of stuff. Would y'all go on there to find a boyfriend?
I gotta tell y'all a story.
Oh,
we
Lord.
got the same story.
I gotta hear this.
Oh God.
What is it called?
Ready to Love,
Ready to
nephew
Love.
Tommy
That was
show.
my joke.
I used to love that show.
We both got on there.
We both was joking around one night, sipping. I said, she said, they coming to DC. I said, girl, you lying. And she said, I said, let me email them. Mm-hmm. Emailed them. They emailed me right back.
Same.
Let me get your picture. Asked me a couple of questions, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, do all the
my whole
videos.
profile. And I was like, all right, cool. And they said, can we call you at 3 o'clock the next day? I said, sure. So the lady producer called me, talked to her. She's like, girl, we on the phone talking like we the best of friends. And I was like, well, yeah. And I said, well, let me tell you something. If I end up being on that show, I want to bet you at least two of them men.
I'ma know.
I done dated or went out with them. And she said, you like the 5th person that said this on our interview. I said, this area is crazy.
She said, what's going on with DMV?
And I was like, yeah.
Nothing.
As soon as I see the show.
Nothing.
As soon as I see the show.
She called me.
I said, he got booted off at the beginning of the show. I said, he should have. He definitely should have.
We was watching it together.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody you knew and had messed with.
Yes.
What?
I have a good male friend who popped 4 of them. Out of the 10 female contestants, he was like, I popped so and so and so and so and so and so and 4 of the joints that was on there.
I said that would have been a mess.
I was like, I remember, so I, like Tracy, had put in an application for that particular season because it was either 2020 or 2021, but I think I specifically remember them doing DC first, but it was all Potomac, and then they got the feedback that those those folks were transplants and they weren't a true
Yes,
representation
yes,
of DC,
yes,
and they had to
yes.
double up and come back
Yes.
and actually
Potomac
be
is hours
DC
away from here,
native.
like, what are we doing?
Right. And so it's like 2020 or 2021, something like that. So I submitted all the little interview videos and all that, met with 2 people from production and all that. And my concern wasn't like Tracy's. I was just more concerned with like it was real strenuous, like the process in terms of we were just coming out of COVID and they was like they wanted you doing COVID testing for COVID every 3 days. You only get $500 per taping. You have to be available for a full day of taping.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot. And for me, I was just like, I think I just at the end of the day got cold feet. Like I don't really want to put myself out there in that way. Even though I initially thought I would be able to do it, I was like, oh, bubbly, I'm da-da-da-da-da. But then I'm like, but these are the men that you actually are dating. Like you're meeting in the bars or meeting outside, and you're meeting on the online things. And if you're not successful in that, what makes you think that you're going to have a different outcome with this particular experience, social experiment? And I was just like, yeah, so I backed out. They actually had like chosen me. And I was like, yeah, I don't,
really?
yes. I was like, I didn't answer any more of the emails. I was like,
Wow.
I can't do it. And that was
What would y'all do? Would you?
I wouldn't do it only because they all can't have me, honey. They all the women gonna be mad because all the men gonna
Hey,
be mad.
listen.
That Fallon right there, baby.
I love it. I love
Just send
it.
all the ladies home. But no, I wouldn't do it. Only because I'm not gonna be able to tell if you just here for TV. Or if
That
you
was
really
a lot
here
of
for
the,
me.
that was a lot of the.
And I'm
whole
old
lot of
school. Like I like when when men approach you and you get to know them in small talk and stuff like that, and then you build from there. I don't want to go on a show where we have like this time constriction where I'm supposed to like get to know you all fast and stuff, and then you're feeding me all this stuff that could be BS, and then I find out once the show is over, this is BS.
Yeah.
So I rather, and I live here. I can meet your ass around here. I don't need to go on Ready for Love DC. Take me to the Houston one. I don't know them.
Right.
Yeah.
About every 6th or 7th person I'm gonna know up in there. So now I'm good.
Yeah.
So my thing is that, well, I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I did that, I would really be doing it for exposure, to be honest.
See, and that's why.
And putting We Ain't Got No Name out on the map.
Well,
However,
I'm
Poor little Claudia
with
thinking
it.
she getting a man that just want to treat her good, and she
every
just
episode, I'm gonna have a We Ain't Got No Name shirt on or something like that. But no, real shit though. I feel like, because I watched that show a lot when it first started in the first quite a few seasons. I think that the producers of the show, they didn't really want real, authentic people. They wanted people who were like, they got some history in acting, they had some history. They have some history on reality, or they used to be on the radio or something. Right. Because I know there was a process for them whittling down to when they get the 15 or 20 people. And a lot of times, and I know this because I know people that were in Atlanta and Houston and these people, and they would say, oh yeah, they used to be on the radio, or they were in local plays, or they were in local whatever.
Or you see them on another reality show.
Or the people that were here in DC, a lot of them were people that did little stuff around or what have you. And so it was clear that is kind of what they were looking for, the aesthetics of it. And as a man that enjoys women who, maybe a little bit fluffy, have a little bit, you never saw like women who had this like particular look, this particular
you didn't see
shape.
real bodies.
You ain't see real bodied people on there. Even the guys.
They threw a couple in there, but it was never like a lot.
You ain't see them no more. You blink
you blink, they was gone. Right.
And that's just not realistic, right? That's just not realistic. And I understand it's a TV show, and you have to. I guess their point is they want to make it look good to people. But if it's about real people
And
finding real
connecting.
love, then you need to have real people finding real love.
I think the
Them Houston men
married
are
at
fine.
first sight one. I think that's more real than the rest of these, because I actually did watch that, and there are like 5 or 6 couples that are still married, started having children, like they're still together, and these are actually strangers. They're not famous or anything
Right.
like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
These are people that they wrote into the show, and the psychologists went through their paperwork and kind of matched them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of them didn't stay married, but. Like I follow, I can't remember the couple's name, but like they've been married for like 8-9
What, Love at
years
First
now.
Sight?
Married at First Sight. I
Sight.
think
Mhm.
I think they live in Louisiana. It's a black couple, and she just had like their second baby.
Wow.
So I think that's more real than these other ones, because it's literally
Yeah, I
just
said we
average
talked
people
about
like
that.
us.
We
They go through
did,
a
but I
strenuous
would say
process.
that I'm split with that because, and I'm a Married at First of all of these shows are my jam, and I'm a Married at First Sight connoisseur. Like, I've been watching since season 1. I would say the first probably 5, 6, 7 seasons, there were a little more authenticity with the people that they chose. Now in the later
Now it's more
seasons, I don't know
commercial.
if you're
Yeah, I've
watching,
been
but
watching a while.
it's a lot of what Boost is saying, like a lot of already made up people. They already have the social followings. They already are made up. Like, not a lot of them just look like the regular people like we
Right.
would date at
And I-
work or
I definitely know
you
they look for that, because that was one of the questions when I talked to the producers. They was like, "You have Instagram, you have such and such. Okay, give me your Instagram," because they want to go and look. And
See
they
how many
want to find out.
followers you
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think
Because they
for
want to
sure.
get their show to
Yes.
be
Yes.
more
Exactly.
pushed out
Yes.
there. That's why they're
Absolutely.
looking for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that was the one thing she was like, this is a different animal. You're gonna be on a whole, nationwide show. Are you gonna be ready for that? Like, she kept saying that, like it was a big thing.
because I think they manipulate a lot of the narrative behind the scenes as well. So
Listen, they
you
already
know.
told us what our future was going to be. If you saw the Golden Girls, start building your community now. 'Cause when the men are gone, it's just going to be us. It's just going to be us. They're going to be gone. We might as well
look.
just,
Married at First Sight is saved.
Listen, ready to love all y'all. If y'all want me to come on, and
my
I will
God.
come on. I'll add some humor, some charisma to your
That's
show.
your guy.
But not
And-
love. But not love.
I want love. I want a little bit of love. I want love.
Listen, all
Yeah.
the
I'm with
women
the
gonna
shit.
have B cups, and it's gonna be a deal breaker for you.
Oh, yeah,
It's
nah.
gonna be a whole
Well,
deal breaker
nah.
for you.
We
Right.
can't do
He ain't
that.
looking for love.
We can't
He
do that.
just want to promote.
I know.
He is there for
We can't do that.
promotion.
He said we can't do that.
Okay.
But all right, so
You looking for laughs? This is your guy.
wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in to another great show.
Yes, it was.
Tracy, thank you for coming
Thank
through.
you,
Fallon,
thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
I want to give you guys both, let everybody know where they can find you and they can hook you up social media and all that stuff.
Most definitely. I'm at Mix and Mingle mostly on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. It's over there on Woodyard Road. It's a coffee lounge during the day and a lounge at night. And
Are they
also-
open right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually have open mic tonight.
Oh, okay.
And also Instagram, The Bartender with the A at the end. And also TikTok, Goldilocks, The Bartender on TikTok.
Nice.
Fallon the Great on TikTok. I will be on there at 5 a.m. sharp in the morning if you guys want to do a little workout. And Fallon the Great on Twitch. I'll also be on there working out as well. So
What's your Instagram? Tell them people what your stuff is.
I don't even know. What is my Instagram?
Anyway, thank y'all
I
for
mean, I
tuning
have an IG, but it's private.
Thank y'all for tuning in. I am Boost292 on Instagram. We ain't got no name on Instagram is a thing. We ain't got no name on Facebook is also a thing. Tap in. Also tap into the YouTube channel. We ain't got no name or WAGNN on YouTube. Tap in. Like I said, guys, we are looking for sponsors. We're looking for guests. If you want to be a guest on the show, if you want to come and be a part of our live studio audience, all the things, man. Holler at us, holler at me, holler at Aries. We are here for you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Jamal for another
Shout out
great
to Jamal.
production effort. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Peace out.
Out.
Bye.